Hey! We're live, it's Magic Monday! And I'm broadcasting all over the place today, doing all manner of things. And it's going to be good fun, and we're going to show you some tools and techniques to help us to deal with making mistakes. I'm going to test some new things just for fun, just for a laugh. I hope you enjoy it. So this is going out now, I think, in 3 places. I think we might be going live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube all at once. And if that's the case, that will be a new one for me. That will be a new one because I'm not quite sure if it's all working. We'll find out. What the heck? It's great. Let me know where you're watching from. As always, that is just the most wonderful thing. If people can just let me know where you're watching from. So this is Magic Monday. And one of the great things about Magic Mondays is that we can test some stuff. We can play with some stuff. We can have some fun with some stuff. And I've been learning some new things that you can do with this tool here called StreamYard. And one of the things I'm going to do in future is I'm going to have a little bit of a welcome sequence. I'm going to test it out today. Should we have a go? Should we see what happens? Yeah, let's do it. There we go. What about that? Magic Monday. Hey!
It's the start of the week. Grab your coffee cups. It's Magic Monday night.
And it is December the 1st tomorrow. So it's going to be interesting run into Christmas this year, isn't it? It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of stuff going to be happening in people's lives. And my goodness, I want to make the most of it. And so this weekend, I've been thinking about making mistakes. I've been thinking about challenges. I've been thinking about where things go wrong, why things go wrong, how they go wrong, how we deal with things that go wrong. And I've been doing some writing, which is why I was thinking about this. And, you know, of course, as soon as you do the classic search on making mistakes, the thing that happens is, great things happen because of mistakes. And we can all get motivated by that, can't we? Yeah, great things happen. If it wasn't for mistakes, we wouldn't have penicillin. That was a mistake. And the pacemaker, that was a mistake. Cornflakes, they happened because of a mistake. 3M, that famous company, you know, they encourage their staff to make mistakes. That's why we've got Scotch Guard, because somebody spilled something on their shoe and they were encouraged to have a look at it. And she came up with this idea that, oh, if I spilled that on my shoe and it wasn't getting dirty and the other one was, maybe we would create something different there. And then the glue that didn't stick, that became post-it notes. We know all about these mistakes. And one that I just discovered, I didn't realize this. Do you realize the color mauve was invented because of a mistake? The guy was looking for a cure for malaria and he invented the color mauve. I didn't know that. Brilliant, isn't it? Brilliant. So all these things happened because of mistakes. By it was William Perkin who invented mauve. So all these things happen because of mistakes. And if I was a real life motivational speaker, I would be saying to you, don't worry, you can just make mistakes and it's all going to be fine and it's all good and don't worry about it, blah, 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 blah. But the actual reality is this. We are terrified to make mistakes. And the reason we're terrified to make mistakes is because we are told pretty much since we were at school that you have to get things right. You're rewarded for getting things right. And if you get it wrong, then you're going to suffer because of that. And I remember at school being made to go and sit at the front of the class on an upside down bin because I made mistakes. I remember in physics having a teacher making me cry because I made a mistake. I was 13 at the time. Shouldn't have been crying, strong lad at 13, but he brought me down to a point where I actually cried about making mistakes. In physics, a thing where you should be allowed to explore and experiment and test things and work stuff out, but no. So you go through your life, don't you, having this thing where You're not allowed to make mistakes, because if you make a mistake, it's a sign of failure. So what do we do about it? Well, I'm going to look at it from 3 different points of view. The first thing is asking ourselves better questions. So my dad used to have this expression, which was, what have you learned? Whenever things would go wrong, what have you learned? And we did all sorts of stuff. We had the police at the door. We had, times when I'd have accidents. We'd have, all sorts of stuff. Well, what have you learned? He used to say. And I remember once I crashed my car. I was going to see a girlfriend who lived in another town where you had to go right over the tops of where we lived. And it'd been snowing, and there was loads of slush and snow and everything all over the road. And I was going along, and there was this big truck coming towards me, and the truck chucked up a huge amount of slush onto the windscreen of my car, and I lost my footing a bit, and went off the side of the road, and then ended up shooting off into the middle of a field. But I didn't just go into the field. I actually went up a ramp at the side of the road, and I jumped over the fence, and I landed in the middle of the field. And just a little aside, I got out the car, and I was obviously shaking a bit. I got out the car, and I put the hazard warning lights on. I was in the middle of a field, which was just crazy. The middle of a field, and I put my hazard warning lights on, and I remember walking back to the main road, and then looking back in the field and thinking, well, that's ridiculous. Walking back in again, turned the hazard warning lights off, went back. I called my dad, and I met him at the end of the road. I was freezing cold, and he came up in his van because he was going to pull me out of this field. And I got in the van, and we pulled the car out, and it was awful. It was a bit of a terrible night. And he said, right, what have you learned? I was like, Dad, what do you mean? He goes, what have you learned? How did it happen? What have you learned? And he got me to go through exactly what happened and what I'd learned. And I did learn that lesson. I tell you what, ever since then, I've learned that when a truck's coming towards you and it's a slushy road, slow down. Start your windscreen wipers early before it even gets near. I learned something. So the first thing is to ask better questions. So what have I learned? What can I get? What experience has this created? How am I feeling about this? Why do I feel this way? That's okay if you are at a kind of an intellectual level where you were able to do that. But what about people who are just paralyzed by the fear of failure, by making a mistake, by getting something wrong? So they don't do stuff. And when they do make a mistake, they hide it. I think it's our job then as leaders, as parents, as friends, to encourage people to make mistakes and talk about the mistakes. Unless your friend is a brain surgeon, then don't encourage them to make mistakes. No. But the classic thing is that we need to encourage people to speak up, to share, to say, you know what, it's okay that I've made a mistake. I got something wrong. And I'm thinking about, my family. I'm thinking about my kids. I'm thinking about my daughter who, she's got a big job and she's just in her 20s. And sometimes things go wrong. A campaign won't work out the way that she wants, or something isn't quite right. And I can feel her anxiety about having to tell people that it hasn't worked or something isn't quite right. And it's because of all the pressure that's created. So I think we have to create these support networks, support bubbles to encourage people that it's okay to make a mistake. And then the third thing is to consider how we deal with the mistake. And by that, I mean that if you just say, oh, I made a mistake, but don't accept any kind of responsibility, because there's still responsibility that goes with mistakes. You make a mistake, you do have to have an element of responsibility that goes with it. Great. But actually to be able to say, I made a mistake and here's what I'm going to do. Or I made a mistake, here's what I've learned and here's what I'm going to do. That's different from just saying, I made a mistake. Oh, I made a mistake. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. No ownership and responsibility. I made a mistake. Here's what I've learned. Here's what I'm going to do. Ownership and responsibility. I wrote loads of notes to go with this today, and I don't think I've looked at a single one. Yeah, I'm just looking down here at this. Why do we associate making a mistake with shame? That's an interesting one, isn't it? Why do we associate making a mistake with shame? I think that goes back to the education thing. Absolutely. It's we're taught that we have to be perfect and we have to get things right. I also wrote sometimes it's okay when you're improving performance to be critical of yourself. That's all right. But then language comes into this, doesn't it? Language comes in. When you say, I was trying to do something, then if you're trying something, I mean, try is a weak word anyway. I don't like the word try. Trying to do this. I was trying to. I was just trying to help. I was just trying to do that. What if you said, I was testing? I was just testing something. I was testing this. And you have to choose your times. Of course, you have to choose your times with it. But I'm testing something today. I'm testing something for the first time. I'm testing going to 3 different channels simultaneously on StreamYard. I'm testing using videos. I'm testing different stuff. I don't know if it's going to work or not. But it kind of maybe a final message. I'm going to see if I can play a video to go with this. Because I'm testing everything. I don't care if it doesn't work. I do care I do care if it doesn't work. Of course, I care. But what I'm saying, I'm not going to beat myself up if this doesn't work. So, as part of our thing that we do with Team 17, we do a thing called 17 minutes with, and 17 minutes with the last one that we just did was with Patrick Kilty, and a lot of people have picked up on this particular comment, and I think it fits really, really well. So I'm going to go to the interview. I'm going to share this bit with you, and let's just see if it works. Fantastic. A life lesson that stuck with you?
No one cares. This is a really, really important lesson, and you can stop the clock, and we got to get into this because you and I have known each other for a while, and one of the things that when we first met was I thought that people cared as much as I cared about me, and whenever you actually, it's a very, very liberating thing that I would be slightly paralyzed, and I was a procrastinator. And so self-doubt and procrastination are not really good bedfellows. And you were very, forthright about it and just said, you got to do it. You got to do it. And it made me feel uncomfortable. It was back to that stuff that we talked about right at the start. And the minute you do it, but the key thing about it is, and this set my mind completely free, is that the phone call that you don't want to make to someone, the approach that you don't want to make, or what will they think, here's the big secret in life.
Wow. They don't care. You can make mistakes, you can beat yourself up, but guess what? Other people probably don't care. They don't care as much as you, that's for sure. They definitely don't care as much as you. So let's celebrate making mistakes. Let's learn from mistakes. Let's accept mistakes, ownership and responsibility. Remember that people probably don't care as much as you. And let's have a look at what people have got to say from today. We've got some lovely comments coming in, I know that. Here we go. And okay, I remembered in time watching live in Stockport. Thank you very much, Jenny. And here, good afternoon. This is Heather from sunny, bright Scotland. Hello, Heather. There's Lucy. Hello, you happy man. Happy Monday. Hello to you as well, Lucy. It's George. It's magic early rainy Monday in Annapolis, MD. Greetings all. George, I've been loving some of the stuff that you've been posting recently. Thank you. Matthew Bird. Hi, everybody. Matt here from the land of smiles. So we have gone from America to Thailand. Boom, 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 boom. I keep thinking, is it Thailand? Yeah, it is Thailand, where Matt is, I think. And then Wheatley, Oxfordshire. KC. Hi, bonjour from Wheatley, Oxfordshire. Live on Facebook. And Selena, be brilliant. Thank you very much. We will. Watching live from Doncaster's Victoria Wilson Crane. And there's Thompson Coleman in the UK. Fantastic. On LinkedIn. So this is working. This is a LinkedIn person making a comment. Wow. Annie, she's here on LinkedIn. This is the first time doing this on LinkedIn Live and Facebook at the same time. Good morning, Carrie Ann from Worcester. And Morning, Jenny Williams. People having a little chat with each other. That's great. Oh, from Madeira Island. Oh, people are coming in from all over the world. I do love that. I do love Madeira. I had a really one day. I'll tell you about this. My life changed a little bit for something that happened on Madeira. I'll tell you about that another time because we don't have time today. Afternoon from a gloomy London town. Gloomy London. Hello, watching from my shed. Hello, Martin from my shed on LinkedIn. And hi, it's Jeannie from Kent on LinkedIn as well. Hello, Fee from Wester Hope. Live from super sunny Dunstan. Love a Magic Monday. We do too. It's Steve here in Keighley. Happy Monday from a sunny Paisley. Haven't been able to join on a Monday live for ages. Well, you're here today, Emma, and it's great to see you. Morning, George Henderson, says Jenny. Brilliant, Michael. Thank you. Fab. Nice comments. Hi, there's my God watching from Nottingham. And then, love your dynamic. Thank you. Making the most, positive reflecting on things at the moment. Yes. Do you know what? That's what we have to do. Positive reflection. Oh, Portugal. Oh, bom dia. Bom dia from Portugal. So how are we going to say your name? It must be Jiao. Jiao? Gio. Gioa. Gio. Gioa. It'll be a proper cool name. If you anything that you photograph, it's going to be a cool name. That was Magic Monday, Michael Apple Pro montage. It certainly was. Hi, everyone. Hello, Michelle. Nice to see you. So what do you hear? LinkedIn user calling me Mike. Never Mike. Always Michael. I don't abbreviate people's names unless they ask to be. Big less than that. Hello from a wet and windy Haventhwaite. Bit late sorting the church Christmas trees. David always arrives late. He always has a reason. He's always doing something. Wow, physics is all about experiments and mistakes. It is. I had a teacher made me cry maths when I was 11. Why do they do that? Why? Most teachers are brilliant, by the way. Hi, need another great book from you. Well, thank you. Call me Michael, though, please. Perfect use of hazard blinkers in a field. Of course it was. Good morning, Monday, Michael. Good questions. One word you never want to hear in an operating theatre is oops. You don't want to hear any words when you're in the operating theatre. Beth Jordan, in coaching we say it's not always the goal that matters, it's the learning we get along the way. Yes, we do. My self-worth has always been tied in with not making mistakes because I didn't really make many at school. As soon as things got harder and I started to get things wrong at university, I went off the rails totally as I couldn't deal with it. Jenny, isn't that so interesting? So interesting. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. I love mistakes. I giggle, then learn. Problem is there's always another mistake. There's always going to be another mistake. Over 3,000 mistakes led to the electric light bulb. Well, do you know what's interesting? I love Thomas Edison. Can I tell you a quick Thomas Edison story? So Thomas Edison had a place in Florida, and his next door neighbor was Henry Ford. And we were in Florida with our kids, and I wanted to go and see Thomas Edison's house. So to get the kids to go, we told them it was a theme park, the Edison theme park. So there was going to be rides and all sorts of stuff. And we got there, and of course they just go through this whole thing. And they said a lot of people talk about the fact that Edison failed 3,000 times whilst inventing the incandescent electric light bulb. And the truth is, of course, that he had a process for everything. So he was looking to fail every single time. That was okay because it was just the process. It was all about elimination. Love Thomas Edison. Thank you for reminding me of Thomas Edison, David Birch. And now, do you still go off the rids? Because my observations with you on these platforms is your confidence is beaming through the roof. It kind of is a bit, but also at the same time, George, I was in two minds about doing the multiple platform thing today because I haven't done it before. Starting the new year was my thinking. I'll do it in the new year. I've got loads of plans for January. I'll start in the new year. And I thought, what the heck? Do it now. Learn now. Perfect it in the new year. That's what I'm doing. The great Benjamin Zander says, I gave mistake a how fascinating. What can I learn? I have made. I see. I have made a mistake. How fascinating. What can I learn? Yes, got it. Jenny Williams. I'm getting better with age, but it's still a struggle at times. It makes a lot of difference who you're working with and how they deal with mistakes. So jump in, help, and solve by being positive, and others feel the need, to make you feel stupid. Do you know that is the thing, Casey? I think we have a responsibility to other people to encourage and help them to be able to make mistakes, as long as it's with ownership and responsibility. Brilliant. They don't care. Absolutely. Lucy Phillipson, in the charity sector, we are taught to celebrate failure. I was interviewed a while back on a podcast called Pizza for Losers and spoke about how I failed to get to the top of Kilimanjaro, but failing at that taught me so much and gave me the knowledge I need to go back and succeed the next time. Mistakes make you stronger. Bingo, Lucy. Brilliant. I love that. Victoria Wilson Graham, make mistakes is vital in learning. We build in low stakes, no stakes opportunities for assessment so students can fail or can even better can push the boundaries a bit without risking everything. Brilliant. Love that. Love that. And Patrick, 17 minutes with they don't care. It's true. We beat ourselves up all the time. We beat ourselves up, don't we? Thinking that people really care. And the truth is, you know what? They don't care. Here's Sally in Gosport. Hello. And there's Dean Coulson, very late for a live. That's okay. I was late for your last 2 lives, Dean. That's all right. We're fine. We'll watch back on replay. Absolutely. Your platform identifiers are working. They are. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I'm happy about that. Like that. Kate Jones. Hi, Michael. Loving this in Bristol. Loving that you're here, Kate. Thank you for joining on LinkedIn. Is Michael blurry for you, or is it just me? Oh, now that could be me because I am. Tell you what I'm doing. I'm testing something on my video, and I am testing the definition. I wonder if that might make it any better. If that makes it better, will you let me know in the comments? Because as again, we're testing, we're making mistakes, Sally. And sometimes it is just the speed that we can stream. I'm on LinkedIn from sunny Stockton-on-Tees. Great to have such a positive person on Monday. Thank you, Louise, for joining in and for leaving a comment. And here's Mark Pickles. Hi, no one cares. Is a great liberating thought. Yes, loads of you are coming from LinkedIn. That's great. He's gone clear now. All right, he's back. Can I call you Eddie? If not, you expect me to respond. What film is that from? Oh, I don't know. That's good. Just joining. My mistake. You will watch you later on replay. Did I miss a cracker? You're missing the best one ever, Ian. Watch from the start. It's fine. I make so many mistakes every day. I invite them in so I can resolve, learn, and move forward. A path less traveled is a path worth traveling. But Dean, you have this confidence thing, and you are so into learning. That's what makes a massive difference. WD-40 is another example. Yes, WD-40, where they were, it was the stuff for the rockets, wasn't it? They were trying to create something for rockets, and they made 39 mistakes before they got to number 40. Water diffuser or something, 40, I think it is. Diane Hull, I'm shouting because it's all in capitals. I'm here in Clivinger. Yeah, Clivinger. Just in time to miss it. I made a mistake with the time. Diane, you've been on this platform with us for 9 months. It's Monday, 12 o'clock every day. Every week, sorry. Young children have to learn to fail as well as succeed. Very important. Yes, they do. Blurry early, clear now on Facebook. Okay. Started off blurry, but clear on Facebook. You were clear. All right, okay. You aren't blurry to me, Michael. Thank you. That was from Pretty Woman when Richard Gere character didn't like his name shortened. Brilliant. Hey, thanks very much, everybody, for today. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying my new branding, new video stuff, all that type of thing. Hang on, wait a minute. I made a mistake spelling Clivinger. I still don't know which one it is. I must learn place names a little bit better. But I've enjoyed this today. We've got 2 more Magic Mondays live before we take our break for Christmas. Next week and the week after. The week after that, we're doing an Ask Me Anything. And I want some belters. I want some crackers. And thank you very much for those who joined in on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And here we go.
It's the start of the week. Grab your coffee cups. It's Magic Monday Live.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.